Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. We're just going to take a few minutes while everyone logs in. Welcome, everyone. As you guys are logging in, please note that you can ask us any questions in the chat or the Q&A. So please, as we, go through the webinar, please put all of that information in there, and we'll be able to answer everything as we go and at the end as well. We're going to wait one more minute to start. All right, are we ready to go?
I think so. I think you're good, Iris.
All right, so welcome to June's version of the ISSA Show North America Exhibitor webinar. We are super excited. 6 months from now is the ISSA Show, and we have the A team with us. My name is Iris. We've got John and Elias from the sales team, as well as Jordan from our operations team. So we are going to go through a lot of different information, and we're going to start with the first thing that I always start with is our show is November 13th through the 16th. Trade show days are November 14th, 15th, and 16th. And our show hours are indicated below. These show hours have been the same for the last couple of years. And we are at a new venue. We're at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. So super excited. These are the topics we're going to go over today. And I'm going to start with registration, because why are you guys exhibiting with us? You are looking to meet with all different types of attendees. And I want to make sure you guys know so far who's going to be attending the show. So ISSA opened registration on April 16th for about the last, let's say, 7 weeks. And we had over 1,000 ISSA members register. June 8th, we opened registration to anyone that wants to come to our show, all classes. And we've gotten such a wonderful response. We have over 1,400 attendees registered to date. This is the earliest we have open registration since post-pandemic. And we are getting a lot of great feedback. The number one group of attendees is going to be your distributor, which has been typically the type of attendee that comes to the show, meets with our exhibitors, obviously. And then we have our building service contractors, and then our end users, the in-house service provider. Every week we get more individuals from different countries. So this week we've got 15 countries represented. We have 1,400 tickets already sold for the Big Bash, which takes place on Tuesday, November 13th in the evening. I'll talk more about that in a little bit. And then our Hygeia event, which is on Wednesday evening. That's the women in the cleaning industry, has a wonderful program, and that is the most popular event that is added to registration. And right now we have about 30% of our attendees are women. So that number is increasing every day. Our numbers for first-time attendees is also increasing. We're at 31%, and typically we're anywhere between 40 to 50% in a given year for first-time attendees. And I think the most exciting news is that we have a lot more younger professionals coming to the show. As I noted, 40% of our registered attendees are under 40, which is very, very exciting. I did put in here some of the company names that have already registered, and there's a ton more. I'll be changing these out monthly so you guys can see, the type of attendees that do come to the show. The next thing we're going to talk about is hotel and travel. So housing has been up for exhibitors since December. We added a few additional hotels for a total of 6, and you guys have access to all of our housing in the exhibitor portal. There is a password, the password is located in the exhibitor portal. And this is a screenshot. So I just want to make you aware when you go in and you're trying to figure out what your dates are, what type of room you're looking for, single occupancy, double occupancy, those rates are going to be adjusted. We are adding hotel rooms on a monthly basis. So we feel super confident that we have enough hotel rooms for all exhibitors and all attendees that want to come to the show. Right now, the lowest rates I will tell you are going to be the Luxor Hotel. So please take a look at that and book your housing. Travel discounts. If you guys were on our May webinar, this was something brand new. We know that a lot of people are coming, obviously global, but as well as across the country. And we have a bunch of airline discounts for you and your staff to use to get to and from Las Vegas. The nice thing, we haven't actually had this in a couple of years. So United Airlines, Southwest, Delta, Air Canada, all has special discounted rates. Make sure you follow the instructions. This is going to be located in the ISSAshow.com website under travel discounts.
Yeah. Travel discount.
Yep.
So it's bigger on that. So I know it's small on this slide, guys, but you can get it fully detailed on that travel section.
Yeah. So it does help, especially if you're bringing multiple staff. All right. ISSA Show Planner. So if you guys remember from past years, you should go in and create your login for your ISSA Show Planner. All exhibitors and attendees will create their planner to add exhibitors to their agenda. And when they add you guys to their agenda, you get their contact information. If you are an upgraded, if you have a level 1 or level 2 digital listing. So John is going to talk about that in a little bit, but all of our education sessions and networking events are listed on the website. And this is ISSAshowplanner.com. So take a look at all of the education. We have a robust schedule, over 70 sessions taking place starting on Monday, November 13th. And then there will also be a ton of education on the show floor. Exhibitor information, your digital listings are on there. And, you should take a look and see what attendees are looking at. The next thing is the Big Bash. So I mentioned this before. This is where we're celebrating ISSA's centennial anniversary, 100 years as an association, started as a distributor association, and we are throwing this big event. We wanted to thank our sponsors to date, our centennial title sponsor, which is Spartan Chemical, as well as our entertainment sponsor, which is Ascendant. And we also would like to thank SPR for being our event sponsor. And we would love to add your logo to this slide because we want to get as many sponsors as possible for this great event. We will have Seventh Heaven, which is a Chicago band, be our entertainment. We also have DJs as well. and it is all you can eat and drink. So that is going to be really nice. We have the following packages that do include tickets. So take a look at these options and please reach out to myself, John, or Elias to, start the process to becoming a sponsor. I'm going to now hand it off to Jordan so she can go over everything related to operations, which is probably what most people are waiting for. So Jordan, go for it.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to finally announce the Exhibitor Service Manual is ready and available in your portal. You can go ahead and go to the next slide, Iris. So our first exhibitor bulletin, which came out via email, went out on Wednesday. So you guys should have received this email. If you didn't, just go ahead and contact your salesperson and I'll make sure that the correct contact is in Map Your Show for your company. And then in this email, we announced that the service manual was live in the portal, and it's going to give you the link to the portal and then all of your login information if you don't already have that. So make sure that you got this email. If not, again, just reach out to sales if you didn't and you still need your login information. You can go to the next slide, Iris. All right, once you do log into your exhibitor portal, which I'm sure most of you have before, this is the home screen that you're going to see. So if you go ahead and click into exhibitor checklist, and you can go to the next one, Iris. This is now what you're going to see since the exhibitor service manual is live. So just a quick overview, this exhibitor handbook, which is going to be the very first link at the top, that's going to include all the links below that's labeled 1 through 9. So it's going to include everything from all of your deadlines, registration and travel info, who your service contractors are and your vendors, rules and regulations, all of the GES material handling and shipping information, and then obviously the booth guidelines and construction guides. And then you'll also see on here, which isn't technically included in the exhibitor handbook, but there is a target move-in map. I know a lot of you have been asking for that, so that's finally available. And then go ahead and go to the next slide, Iris. This is just kind of a breakdown of a few of the important documents that are going to be in the exhibitor handbook. This one I would say is very important to download and just have available at all times. It's going to be all of the important dates and deadlines coming up. So as you can see, I have the deadlines on there for the request forms, which would be like if you have a multi-level booth or if you're wanting to bring a vehicle in. And then EAC deadline will be October 2nd, which all of the EAC information will go through GES's website, and that'll all be in the handbook. And then the GES warehouse opens, so you can start shipping there on October 11th. A lot of our vendors have the deadline of October 24th for their discount deadline. So our big vendors, that would be GES, Mandalay Bay, Lead Retrieval, Photography. And then you have a little bit longer for AV. That deadline is going to be October 27th. And then the GES warehouse shipping deadline is November 7th. Again, there's many more deadlines on here, but those are just the really important ones that I just wanted to mention. So you can go to the next slide, Iris. And then another important document that's in your handbook is going to be the official vendor list. And this is actually under the service contractor and labor section. So it lists all of our vendors on here, and all of them in red are exclusive. So those are ones that you have to use. And then all the other ones listed are our preferred vendors. And then just a reminder that any order form that you download or see is going to have this trade show partner logo on there. So that's how you know that they're like our official vendor. You'll see that logo on the order form. Next slide. Perfect. And then I couldn't get all of the exhibitor checklist manual on the first screen that I showed you guys. So that was all the exhibitor handbook. But when you scroll down, once you're in the exhibitor checklist, you'll see that it has all of the order forms, or at least the link to go online to order all of your needs. So AV, booth security, catering, plant and floral, GES, and then I listed out everything that you can get from GES. So whether that's carpet, material handling, rigging, shipping, and then Mandalay Bay. I know this is a new convention center this year, so it's just important to remember that this year cleaning and electrical, and then rigging over 200 pounds, or if you have electrical within your rigging, that's all going to go through Mandalay Bay. And this link is going to take you to their portal, which you'll create an account and log in, and that's where you'll place all your orders. And then just photography order form. And then these are the 2 booth request forms if you do want to bring in a vehicle or if you have a multi-level booth. I know that's a lot of information, and I know a lot of you guys are just excited that it's finally in there. So next slide, Iris. Oh, and that's it. I know that was a lot of information. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And then you can always email me too.
Jordan, can you go over floor coverings in your booth as well as the variance form?
Sure. Yeah. So we require all booths to have floor covering, and all floor covering has to be down by 3 p.m. on Monday. And then if you do have a variance, all variances will just need to be emailed to me, and they'll be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So if you're trying to do a demo in your booth and you need a section where you don't have flooring, we'll evaluate that as you send in your request.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll kick it off to Elias.
Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm just going to touch a little bit more on the show planner here that Iris was mentioning earlier. So as stated, you know, every attendee will have to have one of these at the show as well as the exhibitor. This is where we say it's super important to make sure you have your innovation entries in by July. Iris can quote me if I'm wrong here, but I believe voting starts at the end of July. So you would definitely want to make sure you get your entries in for that, as well as building out your upgraded profile or even your basic listing profile you had bought for the show, such as your product categories. This is, as you can see here, there's a tile that you can select here. So if a certain attendee is looking for you under a certain product category, you want to make sure you have those updated, as well as if you have your upgraded listing from a level 1 to a level 2, which I'll talk about on the next slide, you'll be included on the featured exhibitor tab here that you can click on right here. And that kind of helps build your word out and brand exposure even before the show. This is super helpful for setting meetings before the show and even after for lead generation. And then next slide, Iris. And then this is just kind of where you'll make your My Show Planner account, and it will take you to that slide before. Pretty self-explanatory. You just go to that website and create an account.
Make sure your whole staff needs to create those. So make sure your whole booth staff has a planner account because of the networking chat. Just wanted to say that, Elias. Sorry.
Perfect. No worries. Good.
I was going to add one more thing. Networking and chat will be addressed in our July webinar. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool feature where you'll be able to message people through emails and text messages. So definitely a great way to network while on the show floor. Something we're super excited about July to tell you guys about. And then this is what I mentioned earlier about the upgraded profile. So this is your best way and only way to get access to digital leads at the show. These are very successful for all the exhibitors to do upgrade. As you can see from the impressions here, makes it very, very helpful to have your contact information, you know, videos, photos, and images that you can see people click on, and where attendees can share their contact information from name, phone number, email, company, just to set meetings before and even after. We've seen this as a great tool at a lower cost point on our sponsorship offerings that we always highly recommend. And with Exhibitor Reg now being live, it's definitely a great time. If you've already purchased one, make sure you go in, update your product categories and your exhibitor listing. If you do have all these offerings, you want to make sure you take the best advantage of them. And that also goes hand in hand with updating your show planner and innovation entry as well. And then next slide. And then this is what I'm sure everyone has definitely also been waiting for. Exhibitor Reg will be live towards the end of July. One thing I do want to make sure everyone knows is that you want to make sure you have your primary contact up to date, as they do receive the email communication. And similar to what John had said earlier, we want to make sure that everyone downloads that My Show Planner app. That way we can get everyone registered. If you're an ISSA member, you do get an additional 2 free badges. We do recommend all of our exhibitors to upgrade to the membership just because your booth spend does end up becoming cheaper and you do get those extra badges. Any extra badges at the show from the ones that your booth sizes are already obtained will be $75 additional. And then a couple other last items to note is that when you are doing registration, please purchase your Big Bash tickets as well. And if you're interested in any of those sponsorship offerings Iris mentioned earlier, please feel free to reach out. You do get free tickets and a discount on tickets if you buy a certain sponsorship package level. So definitely a great tool to use And then finally, the guest program will also be live at the end of July. So definitely a great way to hand out those free expo floor passes that you guys have, and kind of help them get the word out to make this the best show possible. And now I will kick it off to John for our sponsorships.
Perfect. All right, Iris, let's do this. So our show floor thought leadership, just want to show you guys some good offerings that we have that I think are applicable to pretty much anybody at any level on this show. So the show floor thought leadership, as you can see, the areas Iris put right there, the sustainability hub, which is newer this year, the facility solutions pavilion, and the Solve for X. One thing to note, if you do think sustainability is, as I think most people know, is a big topic going on in the industry. So we only have 2 slots left to be in that area. So if you really have a sustainability topic that you want to present on, this is a great way to take advantage of it. But please reach out to us as soon as possible, Iris, myself, or Elias, and we can help you book that session. Once again, these ones on the floor, they're 30 minutes, so great compact variety. And then, you can do a giveaway if you want to, and then we put you on the education schedule, and then all applicable publications going into the show. So a really great exposure point for you. And if you guys do feel you have a strong topic you want to present, please do so and reach out to us. The video wall. So we talked about this on our last webinar, and I will say we have sold 2 since we did that. So we want to promote it again. As you can see, there's 4 slots available. This is the screen, as I've mentioned before on earlier webinars. It would be your 15-second video covering all 4 screens. It's not 4 separate screens like that. It shows as one. We do have Monday available. We have sold 2 for Tuesday, which is the first day of the show. We still have 2 of those available. And then Wednesday 4, and then Thursday 4. Ideally, probably Tuesday and Wednesday are the days that are the most appealing because those are the first 2 days of our show. So if you have interest in this, it is $12,500. It rotates between the 4 companies. So you get great brand exposure. We're not like massing it out. Like once we sell these last 2 on Tuesday, that's it. We're not going to jump into 6. So it's just a really great exposure point that is right by the main entrance to the show. So can't recommend it enough. Targeted attendee e-blast. This is one that we haven't put in here, but a lot of you guys know about it. This is probably one of our most popular items. But wanted to let you guys all know with this, it gives you the email. You can do custom templates. We have templates, and the send we guarantee is 5,000. Actually, looking at everyone last year was a little over 6, so it's great. And we just pull the current attendees and a couple past years to get you the best audience base you're looking for. The most popular, of course, in this base. Actually, right now, the facility provider one has been our most popular one. So we just have a few dates left for that. In October, but we do have late September. On distributor, we have a few more dates in October available, but those are also starting to fill up really quick as Iris and I know Elias can contest. Like we probably talk about this targeted e-blast every week with somebody. So if you really think you want to do this, I would highly jump on it. It leads to great results. The open rate is fantastic on these, and it's just one of our best products. And it can really target in on the audience you're looking for. Then we have our monthly Innovation Insight newsletter. I always try to preface this in conversation. The innovation part, it just needs to be a product you want to promote. So this is a newsletter that'll start coming out in the next month or so. But then kind of the ideal months that ideally you want to take advantage of are September, October, or November. We've sold the featured and the upgraded pretty much for all those, but we still do have that 1,800 standard product listing. And the amazing thing about this digital offering is it is a true lead generation tool. You get a lead report. When someone clicks on your image or a link in there, you get that in a lead report and you get it for 3 weeks. So you get it the week after it's sent, the week after that, and then the week after that. So really great lead tool. Honestly, the companies that got this last year are the ones that rebooked it because they said, why would I not do this for such a low cost point? So great offering. We still have October 18th and our November, I think it's 8th, the week before the show, available. So if you want to take advantage of that, please let us know, and we'll be happy to help you guys. And then finally on the sponsorship page, it's been mentioned before a couple of times, but our innovation program, people come to ISSA show for a variety of reasons, but this is one of the big ones. Our innovation program is back. We already have pretty much close to 20 entries, but obviously this program Iris helped put together in her years with ISSA, but we have distributor choice, residential cleaning, manufacturer rep, facility provider choice, along with our innovation of the year and honoree and environmental sustainability awards. So I'll let her go to the next slide to show all the deliverables. The great thing about this for this $6,000 cost point is pretty much everything you get with it. You get the display as you see on the right here for your product. You get a 10-minute time slot to present. You get a floor graphic by your booth. You get a pre-show interview. That is a new thing, like a new platform we're using this year. I got to view it recently. It is fantastic. And Iris can talk more about it if she wants to, following up on for me here. You're listening to print and digital show guide. So it's just the extensive exposure we provide. We work really hard on this program. And if you have something that's innovative and you want to bring to the table this year, I highly recommend it. Our voting does start, as Elias said, it does start in July and it will end in November. So if you're looking to get involved in this, this is the time to start thinking about it. So please reach out to sales@issashow.com or Elias, Iris, or myself.
All right, thank you, John. I'm gonna close by talking about our global events. The next big, we just actually finished with ISSA Show Canada in Toronto, June 14th and 15th. And our next big event is going to be in Australia, which is the Cleaning and Hygiene Expo. It's going to be one of the biggest shows we've ever had in Australia, with over 100 exhibitors and over 3,000 attendees. So if you have an interest in exhibiting, please let me know and I will send you information about it. ISSA On The Scene. Over the spring, we've been very busy going to a variety of different industry events, and I am off to the BOMA show that's taking place on Sunday and Monday. So if anyone is going to be there from your team, tell them to stop by the ISSA and ISSA show booth. We will have another full schedule for the fall, and always, connect with us while we're on site. And now finally, we are at questions. So please, I see there's a bunch of chat messages and Elias is monitoring our Q&A. So what do we have here?
We're currently good with the Q&As. As usual, I'll probably give it a couple minutes just to give people the opportunity to type in. I don't believe I missed anyone in the webinar chat as well. Just if you do have a question, please use that Q&A one. It just makes it easier to keep track. That way I can make sure I don't miss anyone's.
All right. I have something that I just thought of that in preparation for exhibitor registration, which I know that all of the teams are kind of figuring out right now who's going to be coming to the show. The primary contact will have access to Exhibitor Reg. So every one of your team members are going to have to go through you to input that information into the portal, the registration portal. So just keep that in mind in your planning process. All right, any Q&As after I said that?
Just one. We just had it answered. Yes, the deck will be sent out. The one will be available in your portal as well. And then if you'd also like a copy of this deck, you can always just email whoever your sales correspondent is, and they can also send you the PowerPoint after if you would like it today.
Yes. We always have to close. Oh, did someone have a question?
Sorry, you're all good.
Okay. We always have to close with a little personal note from our team. Obviously, we started off by showcasing our animals. Now we're kind of, infusing some children and nephews in here, but we think of you guys as family, and we really want you to have a very positive experience with us, and we appreciate everything that you have done to make sure that the ISSA show is in your marketing calendar for this year. So please feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions, small ones or bigger ones. That's what we're here for. So hopefully everyone's going to have a great rest of June and a wonderful July 4th weekend. And we will see everyone on the next webinar, which will be July, I believe. It's the third week in July, I believe. We'll send out an email about
Correct.
it, but yeah.
And we always we always do record these as well. So if you need to rewatch or need to send to anybody on your team, we send that out. I send that out the same day or the Monday following these. So just so you guys know for the future.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone.
Bye.